On the night of August 13, 1967, the serene wilderness of Glacier National Park, Montana, was shattered by two tragic and unprecedented grizzly bear attacks. These attacks resulted in the deaths of Julie Helgeson, 19, of Albert Lea, Minnesota, and Michelle Coons, 19, of San Diego, California. Jack Olson's book, Night of the Grizzlies, 1969, meticulously details these harrowing events and their aftermath, which ultimately led to significant changes in bear management policies in national parks across the United States. The night of August 12th to 13th was marked by lightning and stormy weather, which some speculated may have agitated the bears. However, other experts believed the bears might have mistaken the campers' sleeping bags for food containers. Whatever the cause, the night ended in tragedy. The first attack occurred around midnight near the Granite Park Chalet. Julie Helgeson and her boyfriend, Roy Duckett, were camping approximately a quarter-mile from the chalet. Both were employed by the Glacier Park Lodge and had chosen a campsite near a trail frequented by bears feeding on the chalet's garbage. Duckett awoke to Helgeson's whisper that a bear was nearby. Despite their attempts to stay still, the bear approached and mauled them both. Duckett managed to escape and seek help from nearby campers, but the bear dragged Helgeson into the woods as she screamed. She was later found alive, but succumbed to her injuries at the chalet. Around 4 a.m., the second attack was reported at Trout Lake, where Michelle Coons was camping with 4 friends, all of whom worked at the Lake McDonald Lodge. This area was known to be the territory of a sow bear that fed on garbage at nearby Kelly's camp. One camper awoke with the bear sniffing her sleeping bag but remained still. However, when the bear began investigating Coons, she woke and screamed. The bear attacked her, dragging her away from the campsite. Her friends escaped by climbing trees and reported the attack at dawn. Coons's body was found approximately 300 feet from the campsite. In response to these attacks, park rangers were armed and instructed to shoot any bear they found at the 2 locations. By August 14th, 4 bears had been killed. The first 2, habituated to feeding on garbage at the Granite Park Chalet, were shot on August 13th. At Trout Lake, 2 rangers shot a bear identified as the one that killed Coons. It was emaciated and had glass embedded in its gums. The last bear, a sow with 2 cubs, was killed at the chalet. Blood on her claws suggested she was responsible for Helgeson's death. During the shooting, one of the cubs was injured but escaped. Garbage and human interaction. Several park rangers had reported bears feeding on garbage near the Granite Park Chalet days before the attacks. This situation was likely exacerbated by the caretaker's decision to dump garbage in a nearby gully, despite instructions to use a gas-fired incinerator. The incinerator, installed in 1966, was inadequately sized, leading to resumed dumping practices. At Kelly's camp, seasonal residents reported an unusually aggressive, emaciated grizzly bear foraging among their garbage in June 1967. By August, this bear had moved to Trout Lake, where the campground was littered with garbage. Rangers later removed nearly 20 bags of trash from the site by helicopter. One theory suggested the bears were attracted by the scent of menstruation, leading to the distribution of brochures warning menstruating women to avoid bear territory. However, a 1991 study found no significant interest from bears in menstrual odors. Jack Olson's book explores the most plausible explanation for the attacks, given that no fatal grizzly attack had occurred in the park's 57-year history prior to that night. The odds of 2 separate fatal attacks in such a short period were astronomical. However, Olson argued that increased human presence in wilderness areas and decreased bear habitats had reached a critical tipping point by the summer of 1967. The tragic events of August 13, 1967, led to the first modern bear management policies in national parks. These policies included: to prevent bears from accessing human food sources, bear-proof garbage cans were installed. Separation of cooking and sleeping areas, campers were required to cook and store food away from their sleeping areas. Food storage, wire cables were strung to allow campers to hang their food out of bears' reach. Permitting process. A permitting process was established to track and limit the number of campers in the park. These measures aim to reduce human-bear interactions and ensure the safety of both visitors and wildlife. The Night of the Grizzlies remains a poignant reminder of the delicate balance between humans and wildlife. The events of August 1967 underscored the need for responsible management of natural resources and habitats. Despite significant advancements in bear management, challenges persist. Human encroachment into bear habitats continues to pose risks. As development expands, bears are forced into closer proximity with people, increasing the likelihood of encounters. Efforts to preserve and restore bear habitats are essential to mitigate these risks. Education and awareness are critical components of bear management. Visitors to national parks must be informed about safe practices, such as proper food storage and maintaining a safe distance from wildlife. Park rangers and conservationists play a vital role in disseminating this information. Ongoing research into bear behavior and ecology is crucial for developing effective management strategies. Conservation efforts, including habitat preservation and restoration, are essential for maintaining healthy bear populations and reducing human-bear conflicts. The Night of the Grizzlies was a tragic event that forever changed bear management policies in national parks. Julie Helgeson and Michelle Kunz's deaths highlighted the urgent need for better practices to protect both humans and wildlife. While significant progress has been made, the challenges of human-wildlife coexistence continue to evolve. By learning from past experiences and embracing ongoing research and conservation efforts, we can strive to ensure a safer future for both bears and people in our national parks.